Hello, this is Mrs. Mills, your instructor for English 112, and I would like to take a couple minutes to go over the career project and all of its requirements. All right, so the first thing you need to do is to be sure that you have the career project rubric. So make sure you grab that from Moodle and you read it carefully. Now, on a side note, my assignments differ from semester to semester, and you might see items that are on the rubric that might not be required. For example, there is a PowerPoint mentioned on the rubric. However, it might not be required in the module, maybe due to time constraints. So please read all of the directions in the module, the directions I give you, and all the announcements that I make, because I don't want to just get rid and eliminate criteria. I just like to make sure everything is feasible for a certain semester or term, or if it's not feasible. So again, please read all my announcements, read the directions in each module, and make sure that you're up to date with current assignment trends. All right. So let's just go through the basics of the career project. All right. So looking at your rubric, there are 4 main components. So we're going to go over that. Okay. Now, this should be a really fun project. The 4 main components are a reference list, a works cited or a bib, whatever you'd like to call it, a professional interview. You're going to create a professional resume, and then you're going to do some writing, which is a reflection, which is the main written element. Yes, I understand that numbers 1, 2, and 3 are written components, but number 4 is like the essay or the paper portion for this assignment. So let's go through each one of these criteria, and hopefully I'll answer any questions that you have. So the first thing you need to do, as stated on the rubric, is to use NC Live, all the academic databases, and generate a bibliography, a reference list in proper MLA format. We've been doing that throughout the term. The bibliography, the reference list, has to be on your chosen career. Now, please make sure that you choose a career that you are looking to for future employment. If you are retired or if you've worked in this career for a long time, you may look at a dream career. So what I mean by that is I've had some gentlemen in prior classes who have already kind of fulfilled their careers, maybe through the military or through a certain trade. And one of them, his dream career was to be a carpenter. He really liked woodworking, so he did his project on carpentry. I had another gentleman who fulfilled a long military career. He came back to school, and one of his dream careers is to work for the National Weather Service. So he did his project on working as an engineer for the National Weather Service. So you could have an up-and-coming career, or you can look at a dream career. One of my dream careers is to be a journalist or a TV writer. I would really like to do that, but that might just simply be a dream. It may never happen. But again, please pick a career that is professional, nothing that is sketchy or inappropriate. For example, no one can choose stripper as a career. So I don't mean to be inappropriate. I'm just trying to be funny, but choose a professional career you would desire one day. Okay, so you're going to make a reference list, and all it is a reference list. It's not annotated. You're just going to compile a list of sources. Now, you do need to read through each source, because as number 4 states, reflect on the research and writings. When you write up your reflection, your essay, your paper component, you do have to use in-text citation. You do have to pull sources from that bibliography and implement them in your paper, just like you did with the argumentative paper. You researched the topic and you incorporated sources into the paper, okay? And make sure you use proper MLA format in both the bibliography, the reference list, and the in-text parenthetical documentation and text citation. Okay. Number 2 on the rubric says to interview a professional in your career field. So if you would like to do the career of nursing, make sure that you interview a nurse. You can interview in any format that you like. You can do a face-to-face interview. You can email. You can Skype. You can do a telephone interview. Now, I need you to turn in the interview itself. So if you face-to-face interview somebody and you handwrite your interview out, because you're going to generate inquiry questions to ask the person that you're interviewing. If you handwrite everything, you can PDF, file it back, attach it as a PDF, or you can type it up in a Word document and attach it that way. But I need proof of your interview. Also, if you do email interview, you can forward that to me. That would be fantastic. All right, so I really need you to make sure that I have proof of that interview. Again, as I stated, you need 5 to 7 inquiry questions to ask the person you're interviewing, and those are going to become proof as well. So when you turn in your interview, I'm going to see your inquiry questions. So make sure those are professional and intelligent and well thought out. And make sure that they're kind of, they're not typical, Nothing like, how much does this job, how much is the salary per year? I mean, I want you to really think of some in-depth questions, and I have one listed, or maybe I don't. Oh, those are the other questions. I apologize. But something along the lines of critical thinking. Make sure you're asking, just not obvious job questions for this assignment. So really look into your career and as the rubric states, what would you like to learn from this career? So try to get rid of the obvious and think a little bit more in depth. You're going to create, number 3, a professional resume. There's all kinds of resume templates out there. You can Google resume templates. You can look on Microsoft Word Publisher. There is even a template in NC Live, but I need you to stick to a professional resume. Now, there are all kinds of components to a resume. You can have an objective, you can have work experience, educational experience, references, you can have a short bio, you can have accolades, awards that you've won. So there's lots of different components to each resume. However, I need you to pick specific components that relate back to your chosen career. All right, so be careful when compiling your resume. You might find a template that you absolutely adore, but each component or 1 or 2 components might not fit with that chosen career. So just don't grab a resume template and start typing and cross your fingers and hope it works. Make sure that each component, each element, each item of the resume is going to match your chosen career, and make sure that you can elaborate properly. For work experience, if you've worked in fast food, you just can't put fast food. You have to elaborate. Worked at McDonald's as a team player. Exhibited professional skills like communication, like teamwork, anything like that. So make sure that you're not just giving phrases, you are elaborating in your resume. So make sure everything is detailed, and go to that resume forum, and you guys are going to get some great ideas from one another, because resumes are, they're very, very vague, and you got to make it very specific to your chosen career. Do not just find a resume, copy and paste it, and you're done. That's not what it is. It's specific to your career. All right. Lastly, number 4 is the written portion. You're going to use questions A, B, and C as a guide, and you're going to make a nice essay, just like you did with observation. You're going to use the questions as a guide, and you're going to make a nice, smooth flowing essay. And remember, you have to put research from your bibliography inside number 4, the written reflection. So again, use those questions as a guide and formulate a nice, well-written essay of your chosen career. All right, so the 4 things that you're going to focus on are research, compiling a reference list or a bibliography. You're going to interview a professional in the field. You're going to put together a professional, detailed resume. Please elaborate. Please be very, very specific. And number 4, you're going to do the paper or the essay portion, which is a reflection, and you're going to use those questions as a guide. And also go back and look at the different forums that we did in regards to this career project. So have fun with this. Just check all the announcements, reread every little item within the module, and we all look forward to seeing everybody's dream careers, or a career that you're going to work in the field for years to come. You guys have a great day. Happy career project.